Hello everybody and welcome to another Smite gameplay commentary. Today from the European Smite World Championship Week 9 qualifiers, we are watching out of the round of 16, Bigg Boiis facing off against Optimum Esports. So far early on, just some early wards being placed down by Optimum Esports, as Geb is now doing the normal, returning to base to buy up his potions, nothing terribly exciting. Amir doing the same thing on the opposite side of the map. Again, not running into anyone. He will be likely recalling here shortly as well. Perhaps not, as he's actually just roaming around. He has actually started out with Blink, so he will not have gold to go back and get early potions. We'll see how this turns out in lane. A bit of early harass onto him could prove detrimental, as he will not have any way to restore his health early without heading back to base, or just kind of playing very passive and defensive in lane. So we'll see the first couple little engagements will either make or break that starting item choice. We'll see how that turns out here in just a bit. So both teams just doing the normal starts here, picking up those mid-harpies, getting those blue buffs all over the map. See, over in the left lane, this could already be an early engagement, as Bigg Boiis have gotten to the lane first, have started putting damage onto that wave. Apollo does have the better wave clear, as a little bit of poking back and forth is going on. Bastet looking for the pounce onto Thor, however he teleports forward with Mjolnir's attunements. However, he did take a lot of damage off the back of that between a couple of abilities off of Bastet, as well as Habwa. He'll be running around licking his wounds for just a little bit. Trying to really keep an eye on this left lane after that early call on the item choices. Looking for that early engage. He might be holding on to Blink until level 5 when his ultimate does become available. But just walking forward's enough to force everyone on Optimum Esports to just back off. Over on the right lane, we can see Thor really playing far back. Basset's kind of lurking around in the jungle, just looking for an opportunity to pounce onto him, hit him and bounce and jump right back out. We could be seeing it right here. She does bounce forward. Mjolnir's attunement is used instantly to get him out of there. Bastet taking a little bit of hits from Chalk as she makes her way back to the safety of, well, the jungle, where she's going to base and heal up herself. So now Thor and Chalk over in the right lane, both extremely low. Not too wise to recall within attacking range of the outside edge of the tower, especially with someone like Habwa, who can potentially dump a bunch of damage on you relatively quickly. A little bit of early aggression being looked for by Amir here. However, the Stone Shield from Geb is enough to deter that. The wall does come out, and Geb is caught briefly out of the range of the tower, but he does just walk around it and get to safety shortly thereafter. So far, a relatively quiet game overall. Some poking going back and forth. No kills yet, no first blood. 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the game. Bigg Boiis does have about a 100 gold lead. That's not going to make or break anything at this point, however.
Your left tower is under attack.
Like Bastet off in the jungle looking for a gank. They don't appear to be aware of her presence. She does come in. Earth Shield comes out. Geb attempting to roll out. However, it looks like he may go down here. First blood does get picked up by Bastet for Bigg Boiis, as Apollo continues farming up that wave. Thor did rotate around, however not quite in time to help out with that fight. Buff cams, or mid-harpies rather, are coming back up. Janus is attempting to kill them off quickly. The portal will finish off that other harpy as well. Both left harpy camps, or both left harpies going to Bigg Boiis. So with that first blood, they find themselves up by about 900 gold. A little bit of a standoff coming off of on the right harpies. Amir blinking across the wall, looking for an initiation, however not able to find it. So as it would turn out, that blink start not really affecting much of anything. No real early aggression coming out of Optimum Esports on the back of that, and I don't think Amir really dropped below 85–90% health that entire 4 minutes of the game so far. So the lack of potions not really affecting anything, as Chalk does make it rain all over the lane. Bastet and Thor are facing off over here in the jungle. Habwa zoning out Chalk. However, Bastet and Thor will disengage off of each other. Bastet actually not winning that trade. I believe Thor actually used Anvil of Dawn to initiate there. I don't believe they had vision, however. So, not entirely sure what happened, as we did miss the early initiation of that fight. But the Anvil of Dawn is down, so I'm assuming he did in fact use it. Bastet does not have Cat Call available either at this point, so I'm not sure if she used that in that engagement or not, but we'll see. Try to keep an eye on those cooldown timers, see what comes off first. Wish I could pull up play information individually, see who is doing what exactly, but for now we will have to deal with just wondering exactly what happened. At this point, Artemis has finished off her Devourer's gauntlets. She is even on gold with Apollo, so as soon as he is able to head back to base, which will be right now, he will finish it off as well. So things are all even there. Janus looking for the unstable vortex to land, but a path of flames from Agni gets him out of the area quickly and safely. Gold Fury actually being started off by Bigg Boiis. Geb does have Hand of the Gods 3, however, it's not even needed, as Agni does manage to steal it away as Rain of Fire comes down, as well as Apollo for a triple kill for Optimum Esports. Or rather, 3 kills, 2 going to Apollo, or 2 going to Agni, 1 going to Apollo. Janu's now left mid lane to defend against 3 members of Optimum Esports. That call from Bigg Boiis so close to being completed on that Gold Fury, but just completely backfiring, as Agni did show up in time, not only for the steal, but for the 2 kills, and then the follow-up kill by Apollo. Great response by them. They, I believe, did have a ward up that entire time. So they did have vision of that. No vision ward coming out, so it was not just sheer luck that they saw it. A good response rotation by them. Chalk over in the right lane getting dangerously low against Habwa. Crushing Waves did not quite connect, as the Thunder Axe does come, Thunder Strike does come out rather.
I need a rest.
Chalk will successfully, maybe not. Bastet is in the neighborhood, however, Chalk does make it safely back to base in time. Emir getting locked up by Rain Fire and Noxious Fumes from Agni, however, he will be safe afterwards. Just kind of taking a look at the minimap. Bigg Boiis do have a ton of ward coverage. One did just drop, but they have a lot more vision currently than Optimum Esports does. Optimum actually having a ward on the attack speed buff of Bigg Boiis, but other than that, really not a lot of vision in comparison. So the left side of the jungle is pretty much locked down by Bigg Boiis. They'll be seeing anything coming from that direction. To the right side, not quite so much, with only 1 ward up currently. We'll see if they're able to make anything come of these wards, as teams are pinging everywhere. Bastet coming around behind Chalk, just looking to kill off the wave. Habwa has returned now. Ping out wards. What do we ping over here? A trap, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Thor going over there just to clear the trap out. Just taking a peek, just looking, verifying the fact that there may be a trap. Possibly just heading in range for a possible gank onto the left lane. Who knows? Either way, I'm not stepping in that trap, or if that's even why he was over there, I don't know. Over in the right lane, a bit of aggression coming out. Crushing Waves does come out, hitting Chalk from close range. Atlas of the Yellow River coming down. Habwa perhaps thinking about going in for that final kill. Anvil of Dawn does come across. Tectonic Rift landing. Habwa getting caught out by the Thunderstrike Torrent combo and getting picked off by the Berserker Barrage. Not Berserker Barrage. As I check my notes, because I unfortunately can't remember that as I'm missing a fight now, damn it.
Your right tower is under attack.
It is Berserker Barrage, and I missed the thing for it.
Oh, that hurt bad.
Alright, sorry about that brief interruption here on my end. Bassett is in the neighborhood, but Chalk will recall just in time. Ymir getting caught up a little bit in middle lane. He'll be getting out of there quite safely, as Agni does make his retreat behind the minion wave to recall and buy up, as he is out of mana at this point in time. So far, a fair amount of aggression coming out of both teams. That great catch at Gold Fury by Optimum Esports did put them ahead by about 1,500 gold. Experience lead is also in their favor by about 2,500 at this point. So, prior to that, Bigg Boiis had actually built themselves up about a 1,500 gold lead, but that one good play by Optimum Esports at the Gold Fury was all it took to send the gold. There's a quick, easy 3,000 gold shift into the favor of Optimum Esports, as pings are going out everywhere. Pings everywhere. Let's go in the right lane. Bastard possibly just looking to farm up the wave, apparently. No aggression coming out. Agni and Janus might meet each other up here. Unstable Vortex going out, not actually connecting, however. Thor doing something over by the Gold Fury pit. Looks like Thor might have been looking for a gank out of the right onto left lane. However, over in the right lane, we have a bit of aggression coming out. Water Cannon does land, as well as the Water Spout prior to that. Crushing Waves comes out. Chalk down to 300 health. Thor is in the area. Anvil of Dawn is up, looking for the stun onto Habwa. Not quite landing. A Tectonic Rift, however, does land. Thunderstrike, Torrent, and Berserker Barrage from Thor are enough to finish him off. Unstable through space and time, rather, from Janus coming across the map. However, too little, too late, as she does use it to as Bassett does use it to jump into lane onto Thor. However, this will be a 2v1 against her here. Cat Call is out, however, it is not nearly enough to turn that fight around. So, 0 for 2 in favor of Optimum Esports over in the right lane. Perhaps a little too much aggression there coming out by Bigg Boiis, looking for that pickup kill. Bassett at this point just not having the burst damage she needs to take out 2 guys and get out of there. Agni has rotated around looking for the gank onto Artemis. Tusky, the Caledonian Boar, does come out and denies both of them the kill. Artemis will have made it out of there safely. Barely a scratch on her. Only taking about 150, 200 health worth of damage. A little bit of a rotation over here to the right lane. Ymir just stopping by, saying hi. Saying, yeah, hey guys, I'm here, still available in this match. Still doing something. As I attempt to view someone who just recalled and I missed them ever so narrowly.
Your left tower is under attack.
What is going on so far? Chalk has gone into a Heartseeker. See how that pans out. If he can keep his deaths down, that will be rather beneficial as the game progresses. So far, he has had the upper hand for the most part, with a little help from some of his teammates. Okay, he has, however, had a couple of close calls. So we'll see how this turns out as things move on. So a bit of invasion command. Blink forward by Geb. Cataclysm is out. Does not land on the Bastet. Anvil of Dawn, however, does connect. Bastet forced to pounce out of the fight. Emir has arrived. As Apollo arrives, crossing the sky down onto Bastet, picking her off. Double kill coming out for Apollo. Artemis also getting picked off. The fight is still continuing, however, as Chalk has rotated around. Emir and Yanu is forced to back off. However, Apollo and Chalk are not yet done. It's through space and time coming out, however, to get them out of the jungle safely. They will escape off the back of that. Habwa coming around. It's 1v4, looking to pick up some kills. This could be a bit of a mistake here. Tectonic Rift does come out, stunning him up, and he comes in just to die. Damage not quite there to finish off Apollo from about 2/3 of his health. Just so. So far, a number of members of Bigg Boiis just playing way too aggressively for the amount of damage they're doing so far, just jumping into fights where they have not had the upper hand. Geb getting zoned out here by Agni and Thor, as Gold Fury is being taken once again by Optimum Esports. So just taking a look at things now. Optimum Esports is up by 6 kills at this point, about a 5,000 gold lead. Janus is playing with portals and enjoying himself oh so much as he does it. Getting himself to mid lane just that little bit quicker to clear out that wave. But just taking a look at the items currently, a number of players on Optimum Esports have finished off their second items and are working on thirds already. While for Bigg Boiis, as a fight is breaking out here, Geb is caught up in the unstable vortex. As Bastet has locked up Thor, he tries some Mjolnir's Tomb across the wall, not enough however. Bastet is picked off by Apollo, arriving from across the skies. Geb getting walled up, turning around, trying to make something happen on the back of that. Agni going aggressive, getting caught in a portal. Will be looking to escape here, but Rain Fire comes down for another kill. Agni now escaping safely. Apollo in a 2v1 situation, looking to pick up some more kills. Dodging the unstable vortex. Agni blinking forward, looking for another, or dashing forward, looking for another kill. As over in the right lane, Shock actually gets killed off by Habwa. Over in this fight, however, both teams have disengaged. We'll take a quick look over at the right lane fight, see what happened over there. It looks like it might just have been a straight up one-on-one kill. Well, obviously it was a 4-on-4 fight over in the jungle.
Killing spree.
Atlas, the Yellow River coming in. Water Cannon does connect. Thunder Strike landing as well. No Torrent to follow up, so we'll teleport to unuseful position. The Water Spout does land, knocking him up, and the Crushing Waves comes across to finish him off. Well played in the 1v1 there by Habwa. Doing work, trying to keep those guys in the game at this point in time. I'm flipping through my notes, trying to remember what Janus's first ability is. I'm pretty sure it's just Portal, however.
Your left tower
As I should also be kind of just glancing at the map at the same time, see what is going on. It is in my notes here somewhere. It is just Portal, not Unstable Vortex. It's the simple abilities I tend to not remember. It's annoying. Anyway, back to the actual game. Bastet pouncing over the wall, running into Thor, getting caught by the Tectonic Rift. She'll just pounce it right back out safely for now. So just taking a quick look back at the items I was trying to touch on before. Optimum Esports are three of their 5 members rather are already working on third items. So they're about a half item ahead at this point. Habwa getting beat down a little bit by Shock. Bastet has arrived to assist, however. They are going to be looking for the kill. Thunderstrike lands onto Habwa. Shock likely will not be able to finish that off.
Tower is under attack.
Electing instead to disengage for the moment. Apollo getting caught up in the right lane, singing a little song, serenading Artemis and Emir, whoever he will be using across the skies to get out of the fight safely. We're still in the area here, looking to do some damage on the Bastet. Tectonic Rift and Mjolnir's Attunement, but the double strike from that chunking Bastard for about half of her health.
Your right tower.
Apollo apparently over in the left lane,
right tower
not
is
running
under
away
attack.
quite far enough, as chase was given by Artemis and Emir, and he was brought down to under 100 health. Through space and time has come across the map. Artemis getting dangerously low, will escape through the portals. Emir left to duke it out with Agni in the left lane as a kill did occur over in the right lane. The fight is still going on over there. We'll see if anything comes of this as both members disengage. We will rewind and then fast forward slightly to see exactly what happened over there in the right lane, where more exciting stuff was going on. So Bastet here left to defend solo. Cat Call does come out. Cats are running and chasing onto Thor. Cataclysm comes out off of Geb, locking up Bastet. However, she will escape for the moment. Crushing waves coming out from Habwa, looking for the Geb, does pick up the kill. Atlas of the Yellow River trying to get back in the tower. Anvil of Dawn is active. Thor coming down from the skies onto Habwa for the kill. 1-for-1 exchange in the right lane. Janus rotating around, trying to get there in time to defend that right tower. Will not be able to make it in time. Tectonic Rift coming down will turn him around from that route, sending him back to the lane. Closer to the inner tower. Just take a quick look at the gold graph. Optimum Esports has extended their gold lead to about 5,500 gold. 7,000 experience lead. Well, that's still at this point real experience. 16 minutes in the game, highest levels in the game. Highest level gods in the game are only level 16.
Your middle tower is under attack.
But so far, just taking a quick look at things. Petrepi on Apollo doing work so far, 4-0 and 4. X-Frosty on Agni also doing quite a bit of work, 3-0 and 3. We're gonna count Thor in this too, 3-1 and 5, doing quite well as well. Poor Gab down there, doing the support thing. 0-4 and 4. 2/3 of the deaths suffered so far by Optimum Esports. It's like a little bit of posturing around for these mid-Harpy camps as they are about to respawn. Both teams are in there. Blink forward from Geb. Cataclysm comes out. Shockwave coming up. Bastet getting locked down. As Crushing Waves does go forward onto Agni. Through space and time does catch him out, and Habwa picks up the kill. The fight does continue. Pertripi on Apollo has arrived from across the skies. Does pick up Habwa. Thor, in the meantime, in the back, picking up those mid-Harpies. The fight is still continuing, however, as Chalk is getting locked up in the shards of ice. Artemis looking for some more damage, however, out of mana, running low on health, will choose to disengage from this point on. 1-for-1 fight, and the all-important right side mid-Harpies going to Optimum Esports. Engagement coming out slightly in their favor, and with this, what will likely be a tower pickup here, and it is turning out quite a bit in favor of Optimum Esports. They're just controlling the map at this point. Cat Call is out. Cats are on Shock, who is currently locked down. Using the Thunderstruck Torn combo, does manage to escape safely. Blink forward from Emir. Not able to follow up on the back of that, however, as the Thunderstrike from Chalk comes out to clear the minion wave out. Gold Fury is getting pinged. There are wards on it for both teams, so any Gold Fury attempts will be spotted out at this point. Looks like both teams content at the moment to just go pick up jungle buffs. However, Bigg Boiis have started Gold Fury. See, Apollo is in the area, and as soon as he begins to approach, I don't think they had vision on his approach. However, they do decide against pursuing that fight any further, letting it reset. Let's see, did Bastet recall on the ward? I think she might have been just outside vision of it. I believe she was.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Geb possibly... Nope. Geb will escape safely, not taking any damage. Left Harpies are back up and reset. Habwa looking for the steal. Will get one of them. However, the other did reset. As Bigg Boiis comes in, picks up the other Harpy with the wall to block off Optimum Esports from getting it. Those all important and exciting mid-Harpy battles, filling the gaps between team fights and Gold Fury Fire Giant standoffs. Those are always good, exciting things. Let's take a look around the map, see what's going on. Artemis, in a little bit of a precarious spot as some counter warding is going on with Gold Fury. Gold Fury pit is now almost ward free. Are there vision wards on the field for Bigg Boiis? No, there are not. So Gold Fury, for the moment, will be vision free for Bigg Boiis. Or visionless, I should say, for Bigg Boiis. Thor hanging around, waiting perhaps for a call to jump in with Anvil of Dawn and gang somebody. We may see something coming out here. Janus and Bastet are also in the neighborhood, waiting in the wind, for, as well as Habwa. They're hanging over there by the attack speed buff. Right side Harpies will go uncontested to Thor. Picking those up. Habwa and Thor and Chak rather meeting up in the jungle. Just kind of saying hi to each other before going about their business as usual. Gold Fury has been started by Optimum Esports. Amir is rotating around, getting zoned out currently by Thor. Gold Fury down to about 2/3 health as the rest of the Optimum Esports has arrived. Amir heading forward, getting in position to attempt to steal as Gold Fury is now down to about 1/3 health. It is dropped by Optimum Esports. They will pick up that kill. Both teams immediately disengaging. Bastet running forward a little bit, perhaps looking for a pickoff. Not quite finding anything at the moment. Still looking for it, however. Jumps across the wall, looking for the steal. Will find Thor, however, getting locked up by the Tectonic Rift. Unable to jump back across the wall. Unstable Vortex does come across with the arrival of Janus. Will be forced up into Anvil of Dawn, however, coming straight back down. However, Bastet is able to pounce Crystal Roll. Artemis, or Apollo, coming in with the moves, giving a little serenade to Bastet before sending her to meet her maker. Another kill in favor of Optimum Esports. Apollo now sitting at 6-0 and 4. Quickly approaching level 20, almost done with his 4th item at this point. Can I pull it up? See, player damage. Can I change the sorting order? Not quite as much as Shock yet at this point, however, Apollo doing quite a bit of damage. So we'll see how things go as the game pans on. 8,000 gold lead by Optimum Esports at this point in time. As there are more pings everywhere. These teams just love their pings, that is for sure. Just kind of cruise around with Habwa here for a moment. Watch some wave clear from a first-person perspective, perhaps. Jump over to Artemis, watch her run away from Geb and the approaching Apollo. Four members of Optimum Esports are heading around to the right lane, left lane, looking for gank. Anvil of Dawn is up. Bigg Boiis have retreated. Will we see the guess? We have Anvil of Dawn coming down onto Amir. Tectonic Rift just narrowly missing. Berserker Barrage looking for some damage, not finding it, however. Apollo crossing the skies to the mid lane, or possibly turning around, coming back for the kill. Left tower is dropped by Optimum Esports. Through space and time, coming across the map, connecting onto Thor. Getting dangerously low, under 300 health at this point in time. He will be forced back to base. Chalk over in the mid lane, looking for that next wave of minions to hit that tower, do some damage onto it. Keep an eye on the left lane. Blink forward from Amir, looking for the stun, not quite finding it, however, from onto Apollo. Saying hi to Chalk, saying, yeah, we know you're there, buddy. A couple members of Optimum Esports have backed off at this point in time. 4-man in defense of Bigg Boiis. That tower not going to be broken at this point in time. They are across the map, however, looking for other little objectives as they can find them. Thor once again clearing out that mid Harpy camp as we float around the map, heading towards nothing in particular. As Thor heads back to base, we'll follow Agni around for just a moment. So for the moment, all is quiet across the map. No one is really in range of anyone, as Hi-Rez and Thor are going to find each other. But a quick tectonic rift, Mjolnir's attunement smack onto Hi-Rez as Thor disengages will result in the end of that little meeting in the jungle. Perhaps not. They are back at each other. No tectonic rift, Mjolnir's attunement combo sends Hi-Rez down to about half health. He'll be heading back to base to heal that damage up. Over to the left lane, mid lane jungle. Ymir is getting stunned up by Tectonic Rift, does get out of there safely for the moment. Thor, Anvil of Dawn is up, looking for the initiation onto Artemis. Janus using the portal to get through the wall to assist. Anvil of Dawn. Thor coming down from Anvil of Dawn, right where he started. No initiation coming off of that at this point. Janus perhaps is looking for an unstable vortex to hit. Bigg Boiis still kind of on the back foot here, not really able to do much other than defend. It's like Agni heading around to Fire Giant, perhaps trying to bait out a fight here. A couple members of Optimum Esports are waiting in the wind, looking to catch someone out. It's like Bigg Boiis not quite taking the bait there. That actually might have just been Geb recalling. Through Space and Time has come out, trying to stop this Gold Fury attempt by Apollo. And it looks like that was successful, as I don't know why I decided to slow scroll across the entire map. Could have just clicked over there. Look, Agni will get out of that safely. Almost caught out in a little bit of a pincer move.
The way is open.
As the Optimum Esports wards are cleared out of the Fire Giant pit, another Vision ward is dropped down. It looks like we have the first Fire Giant standoff of the game. Bigg Boiis are waiting in the wind for the initiation or commencement of Fire Giant. They are currently making it look like they're fighting a Fire Giant. Bastet checking around that corner, realizing they had not in fact started yet. The particle effects from auto attacks, of course, visible from a little bit of a further distance away than the actual attacks. You can't quite see if they're fighting or not, however. Nice bait attempt there by Optum. Anvil of Dawn is out, landing and connecting onto Hi-Rez and Janus. Janus through space and timing, away out of the jungle. Apollo crossing the skies, does connect for a couple ticks of damage on the Hi-Rez. He will get out safely for the moment. The wall comes out, no follow-up, however, by Ymir. Shock coming in from behind, does clean up Hi-Rez, now looking for Janus. Artemis has arrived, Caledonian Boar is out, Shock will be dropped as well. Fight still continuing, Bastet jumping forward, looking to do a bunch of damage. Rain Fire coming down, however. Artemis picking up a kill with Suppress the Insolent. Thor still locked up. Mjolnir's attunement will get him out of there safely for the moment. Artemis is in pursuit for the moment, however. And it looks like she has chosen to disengage. So that fight, 2-for-2 in favor of no particular team, because it was a 2-for-2. So close fight. Optimum Esports looking for the bait team fight at Fire Giant. Not really going in their favor, as we're sitting around not really doing much of anything, as more pings come out everywhere.
Middle tower is under attack.
They were mainly focused at the middle tower of Bigg Boiis, but we'll consider that everywhere for the moment. Just taking a look at things at the moment. 8,000 gold lead by Optimum Esports currently. The experience about 9,000 in their favor currently. A couple members of Optimum Esports have reached level 20, as well as Bigg Boiis, so some of that is not real experience. 3 members of Optimum Esports at this point sitting at level 20. So we will, hey, I can click over there. Apollo looking to stop any potential Gold Fury attempts at the moment. As Fire Giant has been started by Optimum Esports, Hi-Rez is in the area. He will be poking around to check what's going on there. Tectonic Rift coming out, not quite landing, as they will disengage off that attempt, as most of Bigg Boiis have arrived. Artemis, however, continuing with the split push, did take the left lane tower. Bigg Boiis picking up the second tower so far of the game. Shock and Habwa are battling it out. Shock at this point able to really beat down Habwa. Crushing Waves is getting used for an escape. Not going to get the damage off the back. That Thunderstrike coming out. No follow-up to Torrent. Through space and time, coming across the map. Going to be chasing Shock off. Shock once again sitting at full health off the back of the heal from his Rain Dance. Once again, the Fire Giant standoff has begun. Let's move the mouse out of the screen. I really wish the mouse didn't move across the screen when I was adjusting the camera. Mid-Harpies, no idea who they went to. You check that quick on the gold graph. It looks like they might have gone to Bigg Boiis there. Can't really tell. Too small of a little bump to make a difference. Hollow on the left lane, looking for the split push, doing what he can. All members of Optimum are clearing out the big boy wards over by Fire Giant. Optimum is looking for the steal of the right lane blue buff. They can't see it through the wall. Actually, Chalk ran off with it, so they did manage to get that successfully. Apollo and Habwa are over in the right lane. A good combo landing by Habwa will likely kill off Apollo. Optimum have once again started Fire Giant. Chalk zoning out to currently 3 members. Being aggressive onto Bastard. I don't think they realize that they have started Fire Giant at this point. Mira is heading around the back to check. If they're not sure, they definitely know now. Anvil of Dawn is up. They have stopped the Fire Giant fight. Fire Giant having reset. Anvil of Dawn coming down onto Artemis. Caledonian Boar is out immediately. Emir looking to do some damage with Shards of Ice. Not enough, however. He is dropped across the skies from Apollo coming in the back. 1 kill for him so far. Chalk picking off Bastet. So far, 3 for 0 in favor of Optimum Esports as they turn their attention now onto the Fire Giant. Number of low members, however, Habwa has arrived. He does have Crushing Waves available. Optimum has disengaged again. Crushing Waves coming out onto Agni, hitting him for over 1,000 damage. He will dash out and get away safely. Yanu is picking up Thor in the background, perhaps looking for an unstable vortex onto Agni. It does land, however, the Geb shield coming out in time to block that damage. Yanu's now in trouble, getting chased down by Chalk. Portal comes up just in time to get him through the wall to safety. Over in the deep, deep jungle, Artemis, or Habwa, still chasing that Agni, finally getting that kill. Habwa now dueling it out with Apollo. Geb coming around the side to help out. Apollo will drop Habwa. So overall, I believe a 3-for-2 fight. I'm not sure exactly if that is correct, but I believe that will have gone in favor of Optimum Esports. So, good attempt there by Habwa and Janus cleaning up the kills, however, not quite enough on the back of that initial 3-0 win by Optimum Esports. Bigg Boiis did, however, manage to stop the Fire Giant push once again. Chalk getting caught out in a bit of a bad position now, getting locked up by 4 members of Bigg Boiis. The wall comes down as well as Glacial Strike. Using the Torrent teleport with Thunder Strike to get out of there safely. Bleed is still ticking down. Rain Dance has come off cooldown through space and time looking for the kill, but not really in the position or direction to pick up that kill. So mid-harpy battle as I accidentally tap the microphone pop filter with my cup of water. I apologize if that was picked up. Apollo doing work over in the left lane. Will be dropping another tower. 10,000 gold lead right now in favor of Optimum Esports. Apollo forced to use beads to get out of the Caledonian Boar. Geb coming across the map. Perhaps was looking to blink through that wall. I'm not entirely sure what that was about. He's kind of rolled out directly into it. Geb now getting chased down. Janus coming around from the back, rollout coming off cooldown. He will fly out of the way to safety. So just taking a look down the item list, Apollo has just sold off his Death's Toll and is working on a kin size. At this point will be his final item of his build. Chalk having finished off his build at some point as well. All the other members at about 4.5 items, a couple still having starter items at this point. Looks like the kitty might have been playing with the big rock guy. I guess in this case, the Transformer. Not sure if cats normally have an interaction with Transformers, but
Your middle tower is under attack.
either way, Bastard jumped in to kind of play a little bit. As once again, we find ourselves standing off around the Fire Giant as Apollo was attempting to kill the Gold Fury, unfortunately allowing it to reset down to about 25% health. Just trying to hide in the corner, make sure there's no vision. Bastard's coming around from the side, however. Chalk will be chasing her out of the way. Gold Fury will be going to Optimum Esports. Gold jumping up into their favor to about 1,100 gold, or excuse me, 11,000 gold in the lead. As we will, you guessed it, once again, be seeing members of both teams posture around the Fire Giant. Eventually, this Fire Giant will be killed off, and one of the teams will be able to go on a big aggression, pushing sieging spree, but until then, we're just left watching this long, long standoff. It is periodically broken up by little bits of fighting and some such stuff. Amir will have spotted out that lava pool coming down. The Fire Giant down to half health, a little early for the steal, through space and time to come across, just catching Geb. Rainfire coming down, Agni getting forced to run back away at about 200 health left. Geb also getting extreme lows. They are not looking to give up the fight just yet. Thor finding Artemis in the back low on health. Thor will get dropped. Apollo arriving from across the map, though, will get blocked up by the ice wall, waiting for that to come down. Does manage to dodge the water spout. The remaining members of Optimum Esports will disengage safely. 1 for 1 off the back of that. Optimum being forced to lick their wounds as they head back to base. I think overall, kind of a bit of a delayed teamfight UI, but overall, given that Apollo didn't show up till late in that fight, going into the 4v5, Optimum perhaps overestimating their capabilities without Apollo being there. And over in that left lane, Apollo does have to go quite deep to get damage onto that Phoenix, so Bigg Boiis will be able to respond to that split push at this point quite easily, unless they've really forced the issue onto the Fire Giant. And Apollo is ahead by quite a bit, sitting at 8-0-6. His build is just about completed. However, there are a couple members of Bigg Boiis who could still give him a run for his money with their burst damage. Being able to do a lot of damage over time does not do much for you if Bastard or Thor or Agni jump on you and kill you before you have a chance to throw out a bunch of damage.
The way is open.
Yanu's sneaking in there, picking off the wards in the Fire Giant pit. Both teams are currently cleaning up the buffs on the map as they respawn. Take a quick look over here at player damage. Do we have tower damage over here? Yes, we do. So far, a lot more damage having been done by Optimum Esports. 4 towers total being down, mainly by Apollo. Chalk also doing a bit to that right tower. And I believe Chalk ended up taking that mid tower at one point in time or another. The fact that only 2 3/4 towers have been taken down by Bigg Boiis is accounted by the tower damage being done out. Artemis is caught by the tectonic rift. No follow-up onto that, however. A couple members of Bigg Boiis are waiting off to the sides, looking for a good initiation attempt. Supports have begun battling it out. Thor coming around from the side, landing tectonic rift onto Artemis. Sprint is popped as she's looking to follow that up, however, will not be chasing that down. Sprint now used and unavailable for the next fight that breaks out in the next minute. Gebbling forward with the Cataclysm. Anvil of Dawn is out. The wall did come out to delay the chase. Anvil of Dawn landing onto Artemis and Amir. Caledonian Boar coming out immediately as Apollo crossing the sky into the back line, looking for Artemis. However, she has managed to get away safely for the moment. Apollo now on the back foot as he retreats into the jungle. He is safe by the wall currently. Agni does drop Hi-Rez, so far 1 for 1. Or 1 for 2 rather. Thor did drop a little while ago. Shock now getting damage low, as is Apollo. Geb shield coming out onto Apollo, keeping it alive for the moment. Double kill coming out for Apollo, dropping Bassett and Amir. Artemis has arrived once again, however, as has Janus, looking for the threshold to chase down anyone they can get their hands on. Apollo boxing it out right now with Artemis.
Destroyed a middle enemy tower.
Hits landing both sides. Transgressor's Fate getting dropped, hoping to lock up Apollo for the kill. However, both teams at this point will disengage. 2 for 3 fight coming out in favor of Optimum Esports after a bit of a scary moment there in the jungle with Apollo getting caught out in the back, getting dropped dangerously low. A nice timely stone shield from Geb, however, able to keep him alive in that fight, saving his last 200 health until he was able to lifesteal back up off the Harpy camp. So well played by both of them. On the back of that, Shock has started off the Fire Giant. They may suspect it at this point, however, they do not know for sure. They don't have vision of the Fire Giant pit at this point in time. Fire Giant down to about half health through space and time, coming across the map a little too early, however, will not be enough. Optimum Esports has finally picked up Fire Giant. All 5 members were up for that, so they will have a rather large advantage going into the next team fight. We'll likely see them clean up that Gold Fury here shortly, and then begin the siege onto the final tower, and then the Phoenixes of Bigg Boiis. It looks like at this point, 3 members of Optimum Esports have finished their builds. Of course, I say that as Thor is still sitting at Hand of the Gods 1. Otherwise, Thor has finished his build, so we'll go with the original statement. Gold lead is currently as Bassett jumps forward onto Thor, looking for some aggression. Mjolnir's Attunement is used to escape rather quickly, not wanting anything to do with that at this point in time. The rest of the team is in position to attempt to fight this. Thor is getting quite low, down to about 1/3 health as the right lane tower is dropped. Hi-Rez taking the long way around, or the short way around there. Almost being in a bad position. Looked like Geb could have hit him up that shockwave if he really wanted to. Could have forced the fight. They're waiting for a bit of a better moment to engage. Thor having recalled back to base to heal up. See if he... Nope. Just out of curiosity, how much gold is he actually sitting on? He is currently sitting at no gold. So are we going to see him finish off that Hand of Gods soon? No, not at the moment. Those awards taking the current last bit of his money. So about 1.5 minutes of that Fire Giant buff has passed. So far they have taken 1 tower for themselves. About a 15,000 gold lead at this point, as more ping spam is going out everywhere. Unstable Vortex doing a decent chunk of damage, just the one hit, hitting Thor for around 20% of his life. However, a quick little rain dance brings him back up to full. The blink forward from Geb. Cataclysm landing only on Bastet. Anvil Dawn is active. Thor is up in the air, looking for the initiation, looking for a Hi-Rez, not connecting, however. Mjolnir's Attunement will result in him getting out safely. Thunderstrike picking off Hi-Rez. Artemis is now chasing down Apollo. Apollo picking up Artemis and Janus. Amir, the only man left standing for Bigg Boiis. Middle Phoenix has dropped, and Optimum Esports is turning their attention immediately onto the Phoenix. Amir trying to do what he can. Tectonic Rift coming out, locking him down. That will be the DSI for Optimum Esports, and that will be the game. Optimum Esports taking the victory in 43 minutes, 54 seconds. Bigg Boiis not quite able to pull themselves back into the game. The team fights were quite even, given that Optimum Esports did have a 10-15,000 gold lead for probably the past 15 or so minutes. So, nice attempt by Bigg Boiis trying to keep themselves in that game. The team fights were going almost in their favor, not quite just enough to keep them in that game. Although that last fight with the Fire Giant buff was just too much for them to handle, as Optimum Esports did kind of just roll all over them. Taking down that mid Phoenix, the entire team, and then the Titan. Take a quick look at the player damage done. Kind of curious to see how much Apollo ended up doing. Apollo pulling out 32,000 player damage, as well as the quite high creep damage, in addition to doing all that structure damage in the end of taking down, I believe, the 2 left towers solo. So that's always good stuff there. Congratulations on the victory to Optimum Esports. That'll be it for this game. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Feedback for this game, actually, now that I'm not quite done yet, is welcome. These are early commentaries. I did make some mistakes, did miss some stuff, so hopefully overall this is, what you may say, watchable. Hopefully I am improving over the earlier ones, and now, for real, either way, thanks for watching, and have a great day.